Hey y'all, it's week 29 of season 3 of the Andy Griffith Show. Our episode title this week is A Wife for Andy. Barney? Ulty comes in the courthouse after he got danged up in some roughhousing at school. And then Andy puts an anesthetic on his scraped knee. And then I come in just as I hear Ulty tell his daddy that all of the mothers of the boys that are fighting are supposed to go see Ulty's teacher at school tomorrow. And Andy says he'll go in. And then after Ulty leaves, I say to Andy, how long do you think you can do it? How long do you think you can be father and mother to that boy? Now, Andy, you owe it to Ulty, and just as important, if not more so, you owe it to yourself. But he says he doesn't want me to bring it up again about how I think he should get married. He gets all irritable about it, and then he says it's just that he ain't found the right one yet. And I say, you need to tell me and all day, Derry. There ain't one woman for you. And he says there ain't, D. He just ain't found her. And the subject is closed. And then Andy's at home that night trying to read a story to Opie. But you keep sending ladies over. You tell them they're supposed to meet Thelma Lou there. And I come in through the kitchen, and I say to Andy, they're here. Well, what do you think? The girls. Any prospects? See anything you like? See, this way you get to see them all at once. You check off what you like. And if you don't see anything you like, we bring in another batch tomorrow night. Then Andy tells me to get them girls out of here. And he asks me why I'm doing this for him. And I say, why? You crazy guy. You been asking such a thing. 'Cause I'm your best friend. I want to make you happy. Then I go out and I send all the girls away, just like Andy told me to. I tell him that Thelma Lou can't make it, and she's postponed the meeting. And the next day I start making a new list of girls in town for Andy with help from Thelma Lou. And then we see Andy with Ulty's teacher in this crowd. And I tell Thelma Lou, of course, she's the most logical candidate of all. Ulty's teacher. She may be the future Mrs. Andy Taylor. And you and I are going to help them along. First thing we do is plan a little dinner. So you and Thelma Lou invite Miss Crump and Andy over to Thelma Lou's for supper that night, without telling either of them that the other will be there. And then you try real hard to get them interested in each other, without much success. And Miss Crump says she'll never be a good cook, because she'll always be a teacher. And I say, you mean you're not going to give up your job when you get married? And she says no. And I take Thelma Lou into the kitchen and I say, this one ain't for Andy. Now we cross her off our list. She's out. O-U-T, out. Now let's get this dinner over with and get on to the next one. Okay, folks, dinner! The next day, Andy thanks me for introducing him to Helen Crump, and he says he likes her. And I say she's not for him, to forget her. And he says no. And I say, Andy, I forbid you to see that girl again. But he says he's got a dinner date with her again tonight. And you send girls over to Andy's house again that night, telling him that Thelma Lou's going to meet him that night again. And you think the sight of all of them will make Helen think that Andy already has a lot of girlfriends and make her lose interest in him. But when you get there, you find Helen wasn't coming to Andy's house for the date. He was going to her house. So he goes and tells the girls he doesn't know why they were called here, but that I might. And then he leaves. So I ask the girls, have you ever thought of starting a softball team? And the next morning I apologized to Andy for meddling in his personal affairs. And then he said he's going to court Miss Crump, even though she said she's a terrible cook. Thank you all for watching. We'll see you next week for episode 30.